A professional, late middle-age female doctor's voice. The tone is empathetic, warm, and trustworthy, like a private consultation. She speaks clearly but naturally, not like a robot. She uses significant pauses before important medical terms and drops her pitch slightly when discussing serious symptoms like melanoma or heart failure to emphasize importance. She takes audible, soft breaths between long thoughts to sound human and alive. The pacing is moderate, slow enough to teach, but dynamic enough to keep attention. Breathe your tired eyelids. Do you feel dryness or that unpleasant, gritty sand in your eyes? 80% of vision loss cases worldwide are officially considered preventable. Back in the 1940s, academician Vladimir Filatov made a real breakthrough. 45% of patients who were considered hopeless were then able to see the world. This is not just juice, it is an elixir of survival for your tissues. We will make an aloe leaf fight for life in darkness and cold to create powerful biogenic stimulants right in your refrigerator. They will trigger retinal regeneration and literally flush out your capillaries. I am Dr. Maria Nikolskaya, a general practitioner with 10 years of experience and a consultant on healthy aging. Over the years, I have seen hundreds of people with dull and tired eyes. We are used to modern medicine fighting only obvious consequences. It often resembles a fire brigade. We extinguish the flames of inflammation or cut away damaged parts. But the root of the problem usually hides deep within the tissues. Soviet tissue therapy works quite differently. It is aimed at the very survival of the cell. We will make your body fight destruction on its own. And before we begin preparing this elixir, I must make an important warning. Tissue therapy is a powerful support method, not a replacement for surgery in acute cases. Everything you hear next is educational information based on the method of Academician Filatov. A professional, late middle-age female doctor's voice. The tone is empathetic, warm, and trustworthy, like a private consultation. She speaks clearly but naturally, not like a robot. She uses significant pauses before important medical terms and drops her pitch slightly when discussing serious symptoms like melanoma or heart failure to emphasize importance. She takes audible, soft breaths between long thoughts to sound human and alive. The pacing is moderate, slow enough to teach, but dynamic enough to keep attention. In the event of sharp pain or flashes before your eyes, do not self-medicate. Seek urgent medical attention from an ophthalmologist. We are here to prevent disease, not to ignore it. Today, we will dive into the world of biogenic stimulants. This is not just dry science, it is the art of managing life force. 3 important stages await us. First, we will reveal the secret of the 12-day fermentation of aloe. You will learn how to turn an ordinary houseplant into a powerful biological tool. We will create conditions in which the leaf begins to produce special substances. These survival molecules will become a powerful signal for your own cells. Next, I will explain why pharmacy supplements often do not deliver the promised benefits. Many spend thousands on bright jars of vitamins, but without good microcirculation, this is merely a waste of money. Our vessels are irrigation canals in an old field. If they are clogged, even the purest water will not nourish the dry ground. We will learn how to open the smallest capillaries. Blood must flow freely, bringing nourishment to the retina itself. Only then will any vitamins begin to work at full strength. In the end, I will give you a clear step-by-step protocol. We will combine the power of fermented aloe, thick honey, and walnuts. This elixir smells of tart freshness and forest coolness. Its taste will remind you of forgotten recipes from old notebooks. But behind this simplicity lies the rigorous scientific calculation of Academician Filatov. I have seen for myself how this method restores clarity of vision to my patients. The visual load today has increased tenfold. Blue light from screens literally burns out our photoreceptors. Tissue therapy gives us a real chance to protect our eyes. We will not passively wait for age-related changes. We will create conditions for regeneration right in your kitchen. Take an aloe leaf in your hands. Feel its heavy coolness and smooth skin. Energy is hidden inside it, capable of stopping destruction. We only need to awaken it correctly. I was approached by Nikolai, who had turned 64. His gaze was dull and painfully strained. He confessed that the world around him had begun to slowly fade. It was as if someone invisible were gradually turning down the brightness on an old television. Doctors delivered a verdict: early-stage cataracts and retinal dystrophy. His visual acuity had dropped to 0.3. Nikolai could no longer distinguish bus numbers at the stop. Have you ever seen strange shadows floating in the air? Nikolai often complained of floaters before his eyes. They resembled thin threads or tiny gray insects. In medicine, this is called a sign of vitreous degeneration. This is a warning signal that destructive processes have begun inside the eye. In the evenings, he felt unbearable dryness and burning. A professional, late middle-age female doctor's voice. The tone is empathetic, warm, and trustworthy, like a private consultation. She speaks clearly but naturally, not like a robot. She uses significant pauses before important medical terms and drops her pitch slightly when discussing serious symptoms like melanoma or heart failure to emphasize importance. She takes audible, soft breaths between long thoughts to sound human and alive. The pacing is moderate, slow enough to teach, but dynamic enough to keep attention. It felt as if a handful of glowing sand had been poured under his eyelids. His eyes would turn red, and pharmacy drops provided only a temporary relief for 5 minutes. Reading difficulties became a true ordeal for him. In low light, the small letters in the newspaper merged into grey streaks. Nikolai squinted hard and tried to bring the text closer to his face, but this did not help at all. His eyes watered constantly from any strain. These are typical symptoms that we are used to attributing to age, but behind them lies a deep disruption in the nutrition of living tissues. Today, the average person spends 6 hours and 43 minutes in front of a screen. This is the duration of our daily screen load. The blue light from gadgets literally attacks the delicate cells of the retina. A constant spasm of accommodation occurs, which prevents the eye from relaxing. Scientists give a frightening forecast for the near future. By the year 2050, every second inhabitant of the planet will suffer from myopia. The reason lies in the degradation of the capillary nutrition of our visual apparatus. Our eyes are permeated with a network of the finest vessels. They are much thinner than a human hair. Our capillaries are like an old irrigation system in an abandoned field. If the pipes are clogged with silt, the earth turns into a dry crust. blood stops delivering essential elements to the photoreceptors. This is not just temporary fatigue. This is the slow dying of living tissue due to a lack of oxygen. Ignoring such microcirculatory disorders leads to sad consequences. Gradually, irreversible optic nerve atrophy occurs. This condition cannot be corrected even by the most advanced laser correction. When nerve fibers die, the connection between the eye and the brain is severed forever. We risk finding ourselves in a world of eternal shadows and blurred outlines. Nikolai did not want to accept such a prospect. We began applying Academician Filatov's method. After 2 courses of therapy, his visual acuity rose to 0.8. This was a real breakthrough for his age. The world was again filled with colors and sharp details. The scheduled lens replacement surgery was postponed indefinitely. We were able to trigger self-recovery processes where others had given up. Look closely at your eyes in the mirror. Are there any reddened vessels or cloudy film? Feel the heaviness in your eye sockets after a long workday. This is your body asking for immediate help. We will not wait until the disease takes away the joy of seeing the faces of loved ones. Ahead of us lies the study of exactly how the elixir of life works. We will examine the mechanisms that saved Nikolai's sight. Why did the elixir help Nikolai regain the clarity of his vision? The answer lies in a mechanism that I call an SOS signal in a bottle. When we place an aloe leaf in extreme conditions, something amazing happens. The plant feels that its life is hanging by a thread. In total darkness and at a temperature of +4 degrees, it begins to fight. A powerful process of producing survival molecules is triggered within the aloe tissues. This is a biological cry for help that the plant sends to its cells. Scientists call these substances biogenic stimulants. In normal life, aloe spends its energy on growth and flowering, but in the cold, it switches to emergency regeneration mode. The plant seems to preserve its vital energy in special chemical bonds. It prepares the ground for future recovery. When these molecules enter the human bloodstream, they transmit the same command. Our cells receive a clear order: regenerate, recover, live. Let's look into the biology of this process without complex formulas. Our cells can be compared to a brick house. Over time, the mortar between the bricks washes away and cracks appear. Ordinary vitamins are the new bricks that we bring to the construction site, but without high-quality mortar, they just lie in a useless pile. Filatov's biogenic stimulants are exactly that. Activated aloe juice becomes that very mortar for our cellular house. You will need exactly 100 milliliters of this healing nectar. This is not just a clear liquid with a bitter aftertaste. This is a vitality concentrate for deep tissue regeneration. It makes dormant cells wake up and actively renew themselves. We introduce it into the diet as the primary biogenic stimulant. The light around us must also change to save the retina. In the evening, be sure to replace all bright lamps with warm sources. Look for the 2700 kelvins marking on the packaging. This light resembles the soft setting sun or the cozy flame of a candle. It does not irritate photoreceptors and prepares the eyes for nightly rest. The blue spectrum of modern diodes literally burns out the pigment in our cells. Warm light creates a protective cocoon for your vision. During the day, I advise you to make sure to go out into the fresh air. The walk should last at least 40 minutes under the open sky. It is important to do this specifically in natural daylight. Even in cloudy weather, our eyes receive the necessary spectrum of rays. This triggers the synthesis of a special substance called dopamine in the retina. It prevents the eyeball from deforming and stretching. Without this natural mechanism, any therapy will only be a temporary measure. There is a way to achieve a quick victory over fatigue in 2 minutes. I often call this a contrast shower for your capillaries. Prepare 2 small containers with clean water. In one, let there be pleasantly warm water. In the other, add a little ice for an invigorating coolness. Alternately rinse your closed eyelids with warmth and then cold. You will feel the heavy tension leaving the eye sockets. A professional, late middle-aged female doctor's voice. The tone is empathetic, warm, and trustworthy, like a private consultation. She speaks clearly but naturally, not like a robot. She uses significant pauses before important medical terms and drops her pitch slightly when discussing serious symptoms like melanoma or heart failure to emphasize importance. She takes audible, soft breaths between long thoughts to sound human and alive. The pacing is moderate, slow enough to teach, but dynamic enough to keep attention. This method instantly relieves the spasm of small vessels and improves blood flow. To achieve a lasting effect, we need a long-term strategy. Take a full course of Filatov's mixture twice a year. It is best to plan this for the transitional periods in spring and autumn. One such course should last exactly 30 days without interruptions. During this time, the tissues have time to undergo a cycle of complete renewal. You will notice how the world around you becomes clearer and brighter. It is like an old, dusty window being thoroughly washed to a shine. My patients often ask about aloe from a regular flower shop. I always answer this question with a firm and unequivocal refusal. A young plant has not yet accumulated the necessary strength in its leaves. Your home healer should be at least 3 to 5 years old. Only at a mature age is aloe capable of producing a medicinal concentration of active substances. If you take a young sprout, you will simply get water without healing properties. Look for an old plant from friends or grow your assistant in advance. If for some reason the Filatov method does not suit you, there are other time-tested ways to support your eyes. Pay attention to special exercises according to the Bates method. It teaches the eye muscles to relax in a natural and gentle way. Modern clinics also often offer effective hardware treatment. A special device, the synoptophore, helps restore the correct joint function of both eyes. This is good support for those who work a lot at the computer. Many people still believe in the magic of pinhole glasses. They create a deceptive illusion of improved vision due to a narrow beam of light. But such trainers do not treat the cause of your disease at all. This is only a short-term optical trick for our brain. The eye muscles are not trained in the process, but simply freeze in one position. I consider this a waste of time and your unjustified expectations. Also, beware of cheap pharmacy drops such as artificial tears. They often promise instant relief from dryness and burning, but in reality, such products wash away your own protective layer. The eye quickly gets used to external help and stops working on its own. Over time, the dryness only intensifies, requiring more and more doses of chemicals. We, on the other hand, strive to teach the body to produce everything it needs on its own. Sometimes, home methods must be immediately set aside. There are situations where delay can cost you the ability to see. If a dense, dark curtain suddenly appears before your eye, it may be a formidable sign of the onset of retinal detachment. Sharp and severe pain in the eyeball, along with nausea, is also dangerous. Such symptoms often indicate an acute glaucoma attack. In these cases, every minute counts, and a surgeon's help is required. Our vision is a fragile gift of nature. We are used to perceiving it as something eternal and unchanging. But without our care and nourishment, eye tissues quickly become depleted. Academician Filatov's method gives us a unique key to longevity. It is a way to restore the cell's natural ability to recover. Feel how with every sip of the elixir, new energy flows into you. I have seen light return to the eyes of people who had already lost hope. Your capillaries are like thin streams in a spring forest. If they flow freely, everything around blooms and turns green. We clear these streams of debris and give life a new impulse. The combination of activated aloe and the right light works real wonders. It is not just treatment, but a return to the origins of our health. In the next part, we will analyze in detail how to consolidate the results for years to come. We will learn to hear our body's signals even before pain appears. I want you to feel the coolness of every aloe leaf. Feel its thick skin and the succulent pulp inside. The power of millions of years of evolution is hidden in this simple plant. It has learned to survive in the harshest desert conditions, and now it is ready to share this resilience with your eyes. We only need to show patience and follow the wise advice of the old masters. Your vision will surely reward you with clarity and new colors of life. Next time you look at the night sky, try to see the smallest and most distant stars. If they have become clearer, it means we are on the right track. A professional, late middle-aged female doctor's voice. The tone is empathetic, warm, and trustworthy, like a private consultation. She speaks clearly but naturally, not like a robot. She uses significant pauses before important medical terms and drops her pitch slightly when discussing serious symptoms like melanoma or heart failure to emphasize importance. She takes audible, soft breaths between long thoughts to sound human and alive. The pacing is moderate, slow enough to teach, but dynamic enough to keep attention. Our goal is not just to get rid of glasses or lenses. We strive to restore that sharpness of perception we had in our youth. This is possible if you approach health with love and deep understanding. Tissue therapy is your reliable bridge to a long and bright life. Every day, take a small step toward your recovery. Drink a portion of the elixir. Take a walk in the park. Change a light bulb in the bedroom. These simple actions add up to a powerful flow of change. Your body is a self-regulating system of incredible complexity. It only needs a little help, a push in the right direction. And then what seemed impossible will become your new reality. Together, we will walk this path to the very end. I believe in the power of the human body and the wisdom of nature. Academician Filatov left us a priceless legacy that we are duty-bound to preserve. His methods have been proven by decades of successful practice in the best clinics. Today, we are bringing this knowledge back to every home where health is valued. May your vision always remain clear and the world around you kind. We will continue our conversation about the secrets of longevity very soon. Many more amazing discoveries and useful practices lie ahead of us. Let us begin our path to clear vision with a simple daily routine. In the morning, immediately after waking up, take 1 tablespoon of the prepared mixture. Do this exactly 30 minutes before your breakfast. The tone is empathetic, late middle-age female doctor's voice. The tone is empathetic, warm, and trustworthy, like a private consultation. She speaks clearly, but naturally, not like a robot. She uses significant pauses before important medical terms and drops her pitch slightly when discussing serious symptoms like melanoma or heart failure to emphasize importance. She takes audible, soft breaths between long thoughts to sound human and alive. The pacing is moderate, slow enough to teach, but dynamic enough to keep attention. Feel how the tart sweetness of honey and nuts awakens your metabolism. During the day, be sure to set aside 5 minutes for deep eye relaxation. This method is called palming. Cover your eyes tightly with your palms so that not a single ray of light penetrates. Feel the warmth of your hands and complete immersion into velvety darkness. In the evening, repeat the intake of the elixir. Drink another tablespoon of the mixture right before your dinner. Your transformation will take exactly 44 days. The first 12 days are dedicated to preparing our main character, Aloe. The leaves must spend this time in the cold to activate their healing powers. On the 13th day, it is time for the magic and the preparation of the elixir itself. Mix all the components and let them mingle in a single jar. Starting from the 14th day until the very end of the course, strictly follow the intake schedule. 30 days of regular cellular nourishment will work a real miracle for your vision. You can check the effectiveness of the method using 2 simple home tests. Find an Amsler grid online or draw one. It is a regular grid square with a bold dot exactly in the center. Look at the dot and observe whether the straight lines around it appear distorted. If the grid appears straight and clear, your central vision is in perfect order. The second test will show the hydration level of your cornea. Time yourself and try not to blink for as long as possible. Normally, you should be able to last for more than 10 seconds without a burning sensation. If your eyes crave moisture sooner, it means we have work to do. Many beginners make unfortunate mistakes that strip the elixir of its natural power. Never use metal spoons when mixing or consuming the composition. Metal instantly triggers the oxidation process of the delicate aloe enzymes. Use only wooden or high-quality plastic utensils to preserve the benefits. Another frequent mistake is removing the leaf skin before fermentation. It is within the green peel that those very survival molecules are born. Cut it away only on the day the mixture is prepared, but no earlier. Let's check the readiness of your home production point by point. Your aloe leaves must be tightly wrapped in dark, thick paper. Light destroys active substances even before they reach the cold. Check the temperature on your refrigerator shelf with a regular thermometer. It must be strictly between +4 and +6 degrees. Shell the walnuts immediately before mixing. This way you will preserve the valuable oils from rancidity and the loss of medicinal properties.